Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into how you can harness your ADHD superpowers and transform your life in just 90 days. Yes, you heard that right, 90 days to a completely new you. I know what you're thinking, 90 days sounds impossible with ADHD thrown in, but I promise you I've been there. And not only is it possible, but it's incredibly rewarding. Stay tuned to the end for a step-by-step guide explaining how I changed my life in 90 days. So let's get started. First of all, why 90 days? Why is 90 days a magic number? It's long enough to see real change, but it's short enough to keep our easily distracted brains engaged with a task. It takes about 66 days for a habit to become automatic, so 90 days gives us a little cushion for inevitable ADHD mishaps. Remember, if you're interested in this kind of content, hit subscribe and hit the bell. We have lots of ADHD-friendly tips and tricks here. Okay, so let's break down our 90-day challenge. The first step is to do a life audit. It's crucial. This is where you get to dream big, evaluate where you are now and where you want to be. For example, maybe you're struggling with time management, but dream of being that person who's always on time, super productive. Next, when we've got this fleshed out, we're going to pick some changes that will have the biggest impact. For ADHDers, trying to change everything at once is a recipe for overwhelm. We're just going to pick 2 or 3 areas that will have the biggest impact and will help us to improve our focus on just these tasks. Now we're going to harness your ADHD superpowers to make these changes stick. That hyper focus that we have, dive deep into learning new skills that you need. Use your creativity to problem solve in different and unique ways. If you have high energy, focus it towards your goals. But to truly transform, you need to let go of your old self. That might mean saying goodbye to some habits that don't serve you. Maybe it's endless social media scrolling or being at the last minute for everything. So it's time to make space for the new improved you and let some things go. As we move forward with our 90-day challenge, consistency is key. We're not relying on motivation here. We all know how fleeting that can be for us. Instead, we're going to create habits and systems that work for our ADHD brains, not against it. So we have a step-by-step guide for transforming your life in 90 days. The first step would be to carry out your life audit. You could use the Wheel of Life, which looks at areas such as health, relationship, careers, personal growth, and then write down what your ideal life would look like in each area. Be specific. For example, physical health. Maybe list your ideal activity levels. For your careers, choose a career goal. And then we're going to pick out the tasks and activities that will have the biggest impact in these areas. We're going to set smart, measurable, achievable goals. We're going to break down the goals into weekly and daily actions and design a daily routine that incorporates the new habits that you need to become consistent completing. We're going to plan and then start this new routine by following the new daily schedule. You could help yourself with timers and reminders to stay on task. It's okay if it doesn't always work, it doesn't always go to plan, but have a focus on consistency, just committing to small daily actions that align with the goals that you've set to achieve in just 90 days. Consistency is more important than motivation. Keep a daily log of your actions and the challenges you face, and remember to celebrate small wins that reinforce the positive behaviors that you're developing. We're going to have some obstacles, so we need to refine our approach, possibly every day, possibly every few days, a week. If you journal about these things, you should be able to hopefully come up with some ways of getting around your obstacles and learning about strategies and tips and tricks that will help you with your goals and what you are trying to achieve. It's absolutely fine to change the activities and the tasks that you do to get you to your goals, as long as you're always slowly moving forward. Remind yourself daily of your goals and why they're important to you. Visualize your future self and the life that you're working towards. Leverage your strengths. So identify how your unique traits, like ADHD superpowers, can help you achieve your goals. Use techniques like body doubling or the Pomodoro technique if they align with your strengths. Finally, towards the end of the 90 days, we're going to solidify our progress and look at the transformation, see how we're going to continue in the future. You could have a look back at your life audit, see the changes you've made and how they've impacted your life. You might want to identify areas for further growth and set goals for the next 90 days. Consider how to build on the habits that you've already developed. And then if you want to, you could create a longer term strategy beyond the 90-day period. 90 days works the best for me. I do a series of 90 days because I can only focus that far ahead. Consistency is really important and taking action straight away. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Have a go at a life audit now, come up with your goals, just 2 or 3, and tasks that are going to be the most efficient at getting you to your goals. And then set up a daily routine to help you to develop consistency with these tasks. Your ADHD brain is amazing when you harness its abilities. So I said at the end that I have done this. So I transformed my life in 90 days. I had a focus on health. And with my ADHD, I found it very difficult to make sure I was always taking vitamins. I was always working out. And so I set myself very small tasks to do each day within my health area and also within my relationships, making sure that I had a small task every day, small activity every day that built my relationship with my family, children, and also my friends. Before I started the 90-day challenge, my ADHD brain was pulling me around in circles, stopping and starting workout routines, being amazing, coming up with tasks and activities to do with my children, and then forgetting about them the next week. So having this 90-day focus really did help me to transform my life. And I love looking back at the progress that I've made. So are you ready to transform your life in 90 days? Let's do this together. Drop a comment below with which area of your life you're most excited to transform. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and start becoming an ADHD superhero today.